Time now for our daily dose of Tesla. We know that Tesla is the undisputed king of EVs, but a new report shows that the size of the crown might be shrinking a bit. Tesla owned half of the U.S. EV market in the third quarter, but that is down 12% from the beginning of the year. Still, its closest competitor, Ford, is about 1 million miles away with just about 7%. Now, Tesla CEO Elon Musk has been a controversial figure the last few years, even more so since he bought X, formerly known as Twitter. So could that actually be a reason that their little corner of the pie, the auto pie, is shrinking, or is it really just competition? Joining us now is Gerber Kawasaki president and CEO Ross Gerber. Ross, I got to tell you, about pretty much everybody in my town owns at least one Tesla, I feel like. And I've had people literally say, I love Tesla. I'm not going to buy one or another one because of Elon Musk. I'm sure you've heard the same thing. Do you think this is a slight reason they've had to cut cost?
Well, I mean, honestly, I've heard a lot worse than that. You know, people actually despise him, you know. Yeah, unfortunately. and, you know, in its core market like California, where Tesla sells a ton of cars, you know, I don't think Elon's doing anything to help sell cars. So that said, you know, we also promised we'd have some sort of real advertising, and we've seen some stabs at it, but really no real commitment to advertise. And this is definitely hurting Tesla. In my parking lot, for example, in my office, my two partners, one of them owns a Rivian now, and one of them owns the new BMW i7. It parks next to my Plaid, and it used to be all Teslas. So I think we're seeing that across the board. But just the same, Tesla's still 50% of a market that's growing by 50%. So this isn't so bad.
Yeah, it is. Listen, they didn't have to advertise forever because guys like you who would buy a Tesla would be like, my God, you got to drive my car, or check this out. It's unbelievable. It rides, whatever. Sort of word of mouth to friends. Now there's competition, right? Now there's actual real competition in the market. Why don't they advertise?
Well, that's a great question, because actually, like, I don't actually think the competition is that bad for Tesla from the EV side. What I think it is that early adopters of EV technology all have EVs now, or Teslas. So really you have to expand the market for EVs, and we're seeing that market expand rapidly, but we're still talking out really small. It's like 7 or 8% of the overall car market. But if you actually ask somebody why they don't own an EV or a Tesla, the answers are absurd. There's there's a big lack of understanding and education, and a ton of misinformation that's put out about how great it is to own an EV and how superior they are as an automobile. But Tesla needs to get that messaging out to consumers that don't really know much about EVs. And that's, I think, what's hurting them.